Now, after I made that video about how everyone's making dua wrong, unfortunately, a lot of you guys are asking me, then how do you make dua properly? And let me tell you something. To make dua properly, it's not about you saying words, because oftentimes your words are empty. It's actually about what you feel inside and what is your state of being when you're making the dua. Now, the issue is that most people are making dua from here. Most people live in shame, they live in guilt, and they live in depression. So if you make a dua from the state, you'll never get goodness in your life, because if you want true goodness in your life, you need to learn how to move up the skill. And when you move up the skill, that's when you start feeling love. That's when you start feeling wisdom. That's when you start feeling just pure joy for no reason at all. You make a dua from the state. Watch, as soon as you make it, it's going to be accepted. And the secret is that Allah is so just that if you keep asking from a state of lack, Allah is going to give you an abundance of lack. But when you ask from a place of wholeness, that's when Allah gives you an abundance on top of your abundance. So you need to learn how to move up the skill, because when you're constantly living in the state, you're living in hell, and the people of hell are in the state. But when you move up, you live in heaven, and the people of heaven are in the state. So learn how to have a heavenly state. And what's insane is that if you go through any ayat in the Quran that talk about hell, it's literally a representation of your state when you're feeling guilt and depression. When they're cast into it, a narrow place, He makes it just tight and constricted. That's you suffocating from the depression and the anxiety of a closed chest. Allah describes hell as having chains, shackles, and blaze. That's you having compulsions, bad habits, and loops, constantly thinking, I can't do this, life is bad, everything is against me. And when Allah describes heaven, He describes it as having gardens beneath which rivers flow. That's life in flow, where everything is just going so easy, ease without pushing. Allah says that fruits are near, the fruits come down for you. That symbolism for everything that's good that you want in life comes down to you. Every good opportunity comes to you. So yes, heaven and hell are a destination, but they're also a state that you're feeling right now, because the Quran speaks to your soul. And Allah tells you, whoever is pulled away from the fire and entered into the garden, he's truly succeeded. So learn how to move up the scale from the fire, from hell, into heaven. So how do you truly move up the scale? Remember all these feelings that I told you about, guilt and depression and fear? Where do you feel them? In the heart. And Allah says that with the remembrance of Allah, hearts find ease. This means that the more connected you are to Allah, the more that your heart is going to find ease, because all hell is a separation from the divine being. And that's why I'm saying, go to Surah Al-Hadid from ayah 1 to 6, and go to Surah Al-Hashr from ayah 21 to 24. Read them, because these ayats describe Allah for who He is. And the more that you meditate on these beautiful ayats, the more that you go from having a low state, a state that destroys you, a hellish state, to a heavenly state, because now you're connected to Allah and who He truly is. And watch how if you just make a dua from the state, any dua that you make is going to be accepted instantly.